What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man, Chazz Ellis, once again, giving you the information that you asked me for. Make sure you go to the ChazzEllisProject.com, get access to the free live stream. It's called 10 Steps to Recovering from Rock Bottom. That's going to take place on Sunday, the 21st of December at 8 o'clock. Make sure you go ahead and get access to that. It's going to be free until the 15th, so you only got like 3 more days left. Make sure you do that. All right, anyway, the question that I got today was, it was actually a consultation that I was doing, and he asked a really good question that made me think, you know, other people might want to know the answer to this, want to get involved and know what's up. And the question was, why is it that guys don't court women anymore? A lot of people have that question, I'm sure. They're like, I was going to ask that too. Okay, well, I got it from a consultation. This person asked the question. And really, it's a few reasons, but I came up with like the top 3 reasons why guys don't court women anymore. And number 1 is not consistent. It's not consistent anymore. It used to be a time where everybody had to go through this rigmarole, and it was just like it was the way things were. Now it's all based on who you are. It's like the not so popular dude might be sitting up here courting this girl for 6 months, taking her out on dates, you know, going to meet people, doing all this kind of stuff, and then captain of the football team smash the next day. You know, he meet her on Monday, smash on Tuesday. This other guy's taking her out to dinner and doing all this other stuff, and dude is over here talking about, hey, it's some movies on Netflix, you want to come see him? And then he hits right then. So it's just not. It's not consistent. Guys have figured out that it's more about who the guy is than what he ends up doing to get the girl. It's like, if I'm good looking and I got, you know, status and money, I'm going to get women at a higher rate than somebody who does a lot of nice stuff for them. So why would I focus my energy and time and money on doing something nice for a woman when it makes more sense for me to go ahead and buy these Jordans or save my money and buy this nice car so I have higher status and I can get women a lot easier. Now, I know some women will get upset at me for saying that, but I'm just telling you the real and what's going on. You know, a lot of women don't want to hear stuff like that. Like, oh, well, it shouldn't matter how easy someone else hit it. But it does. I mean, would you go to a store and you want to buy a gallon of milk? Somebody like, yo, this gallon of milk is $4. You're like, oh, okay, that's cool. You pick it up. And then you see somebody else with the same gallon of milk, and you see a price tag on it that says $2. You're like, well, how'd you get that gallon of milk for $2? That's not fair. It's the same milk. Is your milk special? Is your milk messed up or something? Is this milk special? This is the same milk, right? So that's kind of what happens. You know, it's just not consistent, and that has made guys pretty much feel like they don't have to do it. They just don't have to go through it anymore. And then, you know, that's trickled down. It's like the highest level guys felt like they didn't have to do it. Then other people kind of trickled down and said, you know, I don't have to do it either. Number 2, a lot of girls want to do the trick, not court. Tricking is them just giving you stuff, doing for you over and over and over again. And courting is both ways. You know, I might take you to dinner. You might make me a picnic lunch. I might carry your hymn book home from church. You might hem my pants. Courting kind of went both ways. And, you know, you showed him how you was wife material. He showed you how he was husband material. That's kind of how it went. Now it's like a lot of women just want to do the trick. You know, well, you need to do this for me. You need to do that for me. It's like, well, what do you do? What are you bringing to the table that's making it worth my while to do so? You know, I'm going to buy you dinner. I'm going to do all this stuff for you. Okay, what are you doing? What makes you worth it? You know, you're not showing me how you're worth it. You're not doing anything for me. You know, and a lot of women want the trick and not the courtship. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to be in that woman role at all. They just want the benefits that come with being a woman. You know, they want the chivalry. They want to bite the pieces off the cake of chivalry that they want and then leave the rest. It's like, I'm gonna be exactly doing what you're doing. I'm gonna go smash dudes. I'm gonna go, you know, just do my own thing. But then I want a guy to come in here and take that quote-unquote masculine role. So that's kind of where the problem is that a lot of women just want that dude to trick because he's not really getting the feminine aspect of the relationship from her. You know, so that's just tricky. The last one is you don't get the same thing. Back in my parents' day when they used to do the courtship process, because my parents are actually like 2 generations ahead of me. I know they'll get mad. And when they watch this video, they're like, "What? We ain't that old." I mean, you know, we old, but we ain't that old. Dang. They're really about 2 generations ahead of me. And they had a different process than we do now. I mean, it just had to go through a little bit more to deal with somebody, to be in a relationship. It wasn't like, hey, come over to my house on Monday. You know, it didn't work like that. You couldn't do that. But they had a different process because it led to a different thing. Now people are courting people just to date. It doesn't really make sense. It's like there's a courtship process that exists just so the 2 of y'all can date. And that just doesn't make sense to anybody. You know, back in the day, it used to be about the courtship process was to get married, to go to, this is going to be your wife. And there are going to be certain things that she's going to offer you that you could not get from any other woman. Even if the woman was to let you have sex with her, you weren't going to get all the things you're going to get from a wife. She wasn't going to be able to cook your meals all the time. She wasn't going to iron your clothes and all that kind of stuff. You know, she wasn't going to do that. So the courtship process was you want to make sure this girl's wife material, and you have to show her your husband material you can provide, and things of that nature. People don't get that anymore because now it's like the woman goes to work, does her thing, man goes to work, does his thing. And most of the time, neither one of them are really trying to get married until they're to a certain point in their lives. So it's not like he's going to be the first person to ever have sex with you, so he's working towards this whole thing. It's not like he's going to be the first person you're ever in a deep, meaningful relationship with. It's not like that anymore. Now it's a situation where, you know, you've been dating other people. They've done less to get whatever they wanted and things of that nature. And you're not going to offer the same thing that you know, this woman did back in 1955. You're not going to offer that. You know, it's just not going to be the same. So the courtship process has been downgraded quite a bit because the expectation for marriage has been downgraded quite a bit. No one expects what they once did. You know, you don't necessarily expect the dude to take care of you financially, and you really can't if you're not going to be I stay at home, I cook, I clean, I'll never leave no matter what you do. People don't realize, man, back in the 50s and stuff like that, when you got a woman, you got that woman. It really didn't matter what the hell you did. That woman wasn't going nowhere. People didn't just get divorced. You know, some of y'all great-grandparents may be 40 years old, so I don't know. Some people got young-ass parents, but your great-grandparents didn't leave each other no matter what, if they're, you know, older. But now it's like divorces happen so much more often. So you're just not getting the same thing anymore. Marriage doesn't last the same amount of time that it used to. It's not what it used to be. People aren't working their way up to marriage anymore. Now it's more like, okay, I'm going to court you. We're going to date for about 6 months. And then we're going to break up. And I'm going to go find somebody else to start this whole process over again. So it doesn't make any sense anymore. Now it's about the instant gratification. Let's do this quick. Marriage doesn't mean what it used to mean. Because now it's not like we got all these values that we brought together. It's a whole different ball game. And that's why dudes really just don't court anymore. Because it just doesn't make sense anymore. You know, it has to get back to the point where it makes sense. Where people are gaining what they once gained. It's across the board. Everybody has to do it. If women want guys to start courting them, it's going to have to be across the board. You can't just let the handsome dude smash on the first date and then be like, oh, well, the not-so-handsome guy has to do a courtship process, or the not-so-rich guy, or the not-so-popular guy with a lot of status. You got to change it back up and go back to the way it used to be. So if you don't do that, it's not going to, the courtship process is never going to come back. Once again, it's your man, Chazz Ellis. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Make sure you go to the ChazzEllisProject.com, be a part of the discussions. Also be a part of picking the next video. And get hooked up with this live stream. It's your man, Chazz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share this video with somebody else all willy-nilly like. Peace.